Hey guys, welcome back to Open It Play. This is Mike, and today we're going to be looking at the G.I. Joe classified Carl Doc Greer character, or figure. But Doc is one of the old members of the G.I. Joe team. He's not one of the original 12 as far as I know, but he is a highly appreciated character in the form of a medic. All armies need a medic. All armies, not all armies. All groups of soldiers need a medic. All armies need a medic, I think, need several medics. But anyways, yeah, so this figure, I actually don't have a whole lot of connection to him, though I like the idea a lot. But I mainly got him because of Iron Man. I'm going to try to use this figure to make a flight suit, sort of an original appearance of James Rhodey Rhodes from Iron Man comics is the character of War Machine. If I can get all this equipment off, I think I can have a flight-suited Rhodey. And Rhodey is the one who's in the War Machine armor, but when he makes his debut, he is a helicopter pilot and an old friend from Vietnam for Tony Stark. In the comics, Tony Stark was involved with Vietnam first, but they changed that in years later. But anyways, we have our legalese paper, nothing too important here. Okay, and well, for adult collectors, we'll go with the accessories. We have a little stretcher, and I believe this is not very accurate for modern technology, but for what they used back in the day, I'm not sure. It might not be too bad. You have the little plug so you can hold it on his back, or you can lay down the character on it, I think, too. Okay. And, of course, he doesn't come with this Rhodey head. That's my own addition. But he does come with the other things you see here. This one looks to be oh, man, that's hard to get out. Looks to be a taser. So maybe a non-lethal weapon for our medic. If this thing will focus. Focus. God, I'm sorry, guys. It does not want to focus. Okay. So, yeah, it looks to be a taser, I believe. Okay. Never used a taser, never been shot by a taser. But I used to think they were so cool when I was a kid, but that was before I knew how deadly they were. Like your heart is going to be extremely vulnerable to a taser attack. But anyways, he's also got this flare gun, which is painted with a little bit of black paint. Looks nice. He also has these two little extra pouches that he comes with. A little med pouch with, I'm not exactly sure what this is. It's supposed to be maybe a burn victim treatment. I'm not sure. And also a little holster. Okay, and those are sort of modular, so you can plug them in where you like. Though I have heard that they don't seem to work as well as Hasbro might have thought they would. But okay, we also have his helmet, which is sort of bent out of shape and warped. And we also have these teeny tiny sunglasses. I have so many pairs of teeny tiny sunglasses for figures that I've been getting over the years, but these are unique to Doc. Okay, and this is what the helmet looks like. For any of you military folks out there, I don't know what's on his head exactly, but it looks to be pill bottles. Seems to be. Couple of pill bottoms. Pill bottles. Okay, that's it for the accessories. So we're going to get him out of the package. Oh boy, one thing fell off. So this was either hidden or it just came off from the front. I think it came off from the front, but I should have been paying more attention. Okay. If it came off the front, then it was like this. So he sort of got a lot going on in the front there. A lot going on in the front. Okay, but yeah, the overall figure's appearance, I like the aesthetic. He's sort of got this desert style flight suit. I don't know if it's supposed to be desert specifically, but at least that's what it looks like it would match. He's got his usual butterfly joints that don't work very well. Got buttocks, and he's got flight suit parts hang down over his boots pretty well. Okay, as far as his aesthetic goes, he may be looking a little bit old for a roadie, but I think I'm going to actually sculpt sort of a small afro onto this to make Rhodey look similar to what he looked like in the first appearance. I hate to do it with this head, but this head doesn't look too bad for first appearance Rhodey if it just has a different hairstyle. But yeah, these gray parts need to go for a Rhodey, so. Okay. Looking further, now moving on to his articulation. Try to get him all the way in focus. So Doc has the usual G.I. Joe classified setup. He's got the neck that moves separately. He's on a dumbbell joint, but he cannot look up a whole lot. He can look up a decent amount. Okay, and he can look down not a whole lot. Unfortunately, that's not very much for being a medic. A little bit better if I try to bury his chin. Okay, he does have his side to side to give him attitude. His shoulders are on the butterfly joints that are barely functional. Arms will go all the way around. I gotta be careful. I'm sort of trying to push these guys too far. I'm thinking that they're Marvel Legends, but their plastic seems to be harder and gets damaged more. So arms will go up almost 90. That's without scuffing it up. The bicep cut is tight. His double jointed pinless elbows get you back a long ways. He does have a little bit of a watch is sculpted. Sorry, his watch is sculpted on. If I can get close to that, it's sculpted on or sculpted in. Okay, so he can't get that off if you're trying to modify him. I think it's okay for a helicopter pilot. So fortunately, I'm all set. Okay, his wrists do hinge and pivot, but the hinging is kind of rough on mine. Probably depends on your figure. As far as a diaphragm joint, he has an ab crunch instead of a diaphragm joint, and it will go back more than forward, but it is functional. And if you combine that with his waist joint, he can bend over quite well. Okay, he can kick up really high because he can kick to beat the band just like all G.I. Joe classifieds. He's got that drop down hip. He's got a thigh cut that works well. He's got double jointed pinless knees. It won't get you all the way back, but you do kind of start to run into some stuff, I think. Yeah, it's kind of running into this, clashes with that. So, okay, and because of his flight suit, he does not have a boot cut here. Does he have it down low? He does. He has an ankle swivel or an ankle cut. He's got boots that will hinge back just barely, forward a little bit more, and he does have ankle pivot also. So, okay. Just for fun, I can't take everything off because I need to soften these up. But just for fun, let's try to pop off his head, put on a Rhodey head just to see sort of what it looks like. So this one probably looks too big, but it definitely sets too high. But that gives you some idea what he would look like with this. But yeah, you'd have to shorten this because it's really like resting up high on there. So, okay. But yeah, I want to go with a more classic appearance, his first appearance. So I'll actually probably use this head and then sculpt more like an afro. I understand they don't look that similar, but I think that I can make this work if I do some slight sculpt work. So, okay. Thank you guys for joining me. Oh man, I lost his head. thank you for joining me. We'll just put this back here. It's a lovely one. And you know what? I can't do that because we didn't get a measurement on him yet. So his drop down hip goes into place and he gets centered. And we gotta get that head right. Let's put the head on. I guess I shouldn't have tried the roadie thing until the very end. Okay. Head back in position, and let's see where he stands. If I can find my tool. There it is. Okay, he's going to stand at just about here. Oops. Okay, we got 6 1/8 inches, about 15.5 centimeters. Okay. All right, he'll be taller when he's got his helmet on. Keep that in mind. So he does have the helmet. Okay, thank you guys. We'll see you in the next video. F ice. Bye for now.